Jay, this incredible streak that you're on right now with these 4 wins, 4 stoppages. I'm just curious, I mean, kind of how you're feeling about it. I mean, is it like, giving you this huge boost of confidence, or is it just like, yeah, I knew I was that good. That's what, that's what I was going to do once I got here.
Honestly, it's a little bit of both, I always knew, that I was as good as I am, but now I have to start showing the world, so you guys are seeing it.
Now here you are, International Fight Week, ranked opponent. I mean, does this feel like, I know you got higher goals along the way, but does this feel like a big stop, a big moment in your career?
Yeah, it really feels like that, but at the same time, I'm not taking it that way. I just feel like it's something that was destined to happen, so I'm just taking it in as it comes.
Talk about Brad as an opponent, kind of what you see in him, and what kind of challenge you think he presents for you.
He's a good challenge. It's another step up. I think he's going to be a bit tougher than Malarkey was. I think he's going to be more well-rounded and willing to get into grappling exchanges this fight, and I'm excited for it.
On paper, it looks like it's probably going to be a pretty exciting fight, but do you let yourself go in with that mindset that it's going to be exciting, or do you have to think, no, I'm just going to dominate?
The last few times everybody said, oh, it's going to be fight of the night, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, and what happens? I go finish. That's what I come here for. I don't want to see the judges, I want to finish.
Last thing for me, win here. When you start calling out names at the top of the division, I mean, you're going to be, deserving, I think, of kind of a top-ranked opponent. Do you start calling out names?
Nah, man, I don't call out too much, at least not at this point. But we'll see, man. We'll see.
Jalin, back here. What has clicked for you over these last few fights? I think a lot of people saw a ton of potential, really high ceiling for you. You had a couple losses early on in your UFC run, but now you're just on this tear. What do you think has changed? When did you realize I got something cooking here?
A lot changed. Okay, so it all came after I fought Matt Frivola. I fought that fight injured, had a knee injury into that fight. And I just took time off, man, and just got around the right people, had my coach in my ear helping me get back to full health and success, kept my mindset right. And, I haven't lost since because I hated that feeling. I didn't fight for 11 months after that. And that was the longest I ever went without fighting. And it was taxing mentally, taxing physically, and I was just like, fuck, I don't want to go through that again. So, I told myself, like, hey, you got to get on the road, get it going. If you want to be a champion, you got to do it right. You got to do it now, because I don't want to be fighting until I'm like, 40 years old. I don't want to do that shit. I want to be done like, maybe 35 at the latest,
Even just mentally, you just seem very calm, very relaxed. You're just enjoying the moment a little bit more than you did when you came into the UFC. How freeing of a feeling is that for you at this stage in your career? You're on this nice run, everything's coming together nicely, and you can savor the flavor a little bit more.
Yeah, man. It's like even when I first got into the UFC, I fought on one of the biggest cards. I fought McGregor and Khabib. That was intense in itself, so everything that, everything happens for a reason, so everything has led up to me being this relaxed and calm and confident in these, on these big cards, under these big lights. It's, I don't regret anything. I just look at it as, it's, everything happens for a reason. It's my destiny to do this stuff, but yeah, man, the confidence is there. Mindset's been there. I've just grown with the company, that's it.
And last thing, you're chasing greatness, obviously. Khabib Nurmagomedov is going into the Hall of Fame tomorrow. Just curious, your thoughts on Khabib, his career, and a guy that, if you want to keep climbing this division and be mentioned in those greatness categories at 155, that's the guy you're going to be chasing.
Yeah, man. He had a stellar career. I wish he would have stayed a little bit longer, but the circumstances didn't play out that way. But yeah, man, it's an honor for him to be in the Hall of Fame. I plan on being there one day also.
Jalin over here. Your UFC debut was against Vicente Luque in Vegas, and now here you are, big opportunity against Brad Riddell. Have you had a chance to look back in your career and just see where you were in that debut, which was a tough one, at 170, not even your weight class, to now fighting Brad Riddell? Have you been able to reflect on the success that you've had?
Yeah, man, I reflect on that all the time. I think about it. It still haunts me to this day, Like, even back then, dude, I walked around at 170. So I didn't even have to cut weight. I just didn't eat the night before, and I made weight that fight, People don't even know that, They're like, oh, you're too big for 55. Like, nah, dude, like, I was small back then. Like, now I got a little bit more weight on me. So now I'm like, I wonder how it would be if, we fought, like, now I got a little bit more size on me, So it just plays in my head, It's in the back of my head. I'm not really thinking about stuff like that. But, Yeah, dude, I've grown leaps and bounds. I've come a long way, you know. Like this streak has been, it's been a blessing, you know, and I just want to keep it going.
And Riddell fought Fizzyev, and it was a really, really great fight. Obviously, didn't come out on top. How much do you take away from that fight? I know you and Fizzyev are different fighters, but what did you take away from that fight, maybe that you're bringing into this one, as, you know, from a strategy perspective?
I took away a lot from that fight. I watched that fight many a times, you know. You know, we'll see. I'll show you guys Saturday.
Thanks for the time, Jan.
Thank you.
You been out on boards lately?
Nah, man, I haven't been skating this camp, dude. It's too big of a fight to even risk, you know. I've been off the board. But after I get out of that gun, I'm gonna be back on. Anything else? That's it. Cool.